welcome. We are live from the Peoria Civic Center here in Peoria, Illinois, and we are getting started with Ignition 78. Things are kicking off with Lilith, apparently. I'm pretty sure my sheet said a women's tag match, but sure, you know, they always want to interrupt the sheet.
At this point, I'm becoming to believe that these sheets they give us don't actually matter because some of these wrestlers just decide, what if I start the show?
Yeah, I mean, it's very, very uncommon for an unscheduled opener to our show. But, you know, sometimes wrestlers just do what they want. I mean, it's happened before. In fact, it was also a member of the women's division that did it previously. I think both of the previous times, I know one of them was Bia. I'm assuming another was Nephthys. I don't remember for sure. I just presume she's done it. Seems like it's only the women that are out here for themselves. And or in Lilith's case, this group that she sort of started alongside Kevin Daniels and Byron Mitchell.
What are you trying to say about Bia?
The Bia has... Yeah, I mean, obviously.
Don't forget she had the jurisdiction, you know, at one point.
Which was all about her.
That's a little harsh. I don't know how I feel about having to sit here and agree with what a member of the Paradise is saying.
Well, outside of maybe two of them, the others kind of tend to have at least rational points of view, even if they're a little arrogant and rude. Because, I mean, Byron and Lilith have both been very arrogant and rude. Hermes... we really, outside of his opinions on Aaron, hasn't said anything too controversial. He's just been kind of arrogant and rude. And Trent Taylor doesn't talk. All right, I think we are now officially starting with what was supposed to open the show. It is Las Explosivas versus Di Keaton and Eve Moreau. Seems like those two are not fully settled as a team yet. They haven't picked a team name like most of the other teams in the division have. So we'll have to see if they can get settled here in this match, or if the Explosivas will continue their strong start to the season.
I mean, it's a very, very important decision to make when you're forming a tag team, so I'm not against the idea of them taking their time.
I mean, I can't blame them. If you don't have a name picked out you both like, there's no sense in just forcing one. Plenty of teams never had a name.
I'm still, you know, I'll say this probably every time until I get tired of saying it. Still can't wrap my head around this team of Soma and Maria.
I may not be able to understand it, but I can respect how well they've done together. Clearly, putting their differences aside has helped them quite a bit.
Yeah, probably an understatement, if we're being completely honest.
That said, this music is never something that you want to hear.
No, but you know what? I wouldn't be shocked if Maria's, you know, the way she acts, she's probably just like, yeah, bring it on. I'm fine.
I'm sure Dia would be happy with that. I mean, that is exactly what Dia wants here. Anytime she has the opportunity to get Maria in the ring, she probably wants to tear her apart.
Yeah, the bit of storied history there between them, and let's just say that they're not exactly going to be hanging out anytime soon.
No, I can't imagine Dia will ever get over Maria costing her the title opportunity against Mia way back in season 1.
Well, you forced the mat there, but we're starting off with some meat in the women's tag division.
This is the exact kind of matchup Dia wants to start with, but Maria does not look phased or afraid. Not surprising, she's never been the type to be afraid, and she does technically have the size advantage here. Something Dia is not used to. She's used to being kind of matched up against strong women. I mean, she's faced Aaliyah Pope, she's faced Eve Moreau, but it is uncommon for her to not be the biggest woman in the match. Doesn't seem to be a problem here, though. She's just tossing Maria around a little bit.
Not many women can do that to Maria Ramirez.
No, not many at
out
all.
there as well, just because you're seeing it look so easy right now.
Dia Keaton doing what most women can't. Though there is another powerhouse on her team, this is the one big advantage they have is that Maria usually is the tank for this Las Explosivas. She can sit in there and stonewall the opponents who can't lift or throw her. And then Sombra can clean up the scraps, if you will. But in this matchup, both of the opponents can easily deal with Maria, so they're going to have to think up a new strategy.
Yeah, what's worked for them so far is not necessarily guaranteed to work here.
Now, one thing that the team of Dia and Eve has to keep in mind is Eve is the more susceptible of the two to the loss. I mean, so far, all of the losses this team has suffered have been Eve taking the pin. It's been, I mean, realistically, you would think that the strategy should be for Dia to spend the majority of the time in the match and Eve only to come in for bursts. That way you can work around the one weakness you have in your team structure. But it seems Dia's
go ahead.
I
don't see Eve agreeing to that strategy though. I think she's trying to, as much as the team success matters, I think it's just important for her to build some momentum on her own after a very, disappointing, I would argue, season 2 for her.
I mean, I would agree. It was definitely a disappointing season 2. I don't think anybody's disputing that here. Eve was one of our top prospects in the women's division. One of the first 4 we obtained. And it felt like she was going to be starting things off strong when she went to the finals of that women's world title eliminator.
And things just kind of fell apart not long after that, really.
Yeah, the one good thing is that in the more difficult of the leagues this year, in the Grand Prix, she was in the Emerald League, which contained most of our, in fact, all of the favorites to win, basically. Dia, Aiko, and Hikari. The only other favorites were Bia and Lilith, but even then, those two were, at the time, lower rated overall. And she still came out with a 3-3 performance. The only 3-3 in the entire division. Everybody else, outside of course, Dia, Aiko, and Hikari, were well below 3-3. They were 2-4, 2-4, and 0-6.
She's now at that point she's got to start stacking some wins together when she gets more single opportunities. But we know now that the Grand Prix has passed, the focus is turning back to establishing this tag division, so she may have to wait a bit for that.
Absolutely. Now, the good thing about the tag division for the women is that it does not interfere with singles gold. Unlike for the men, where the tag division is completely separate from the singles titles, you can't hold tag and singles belts at the same time. Because our women's roster is not quite big enough to sustain that mentality, we're allowing the women's tag titles and the women's singles belts to compete interchangeably. So even if you're a singles champ, you can compete for the tag titles, and if you're a tag champ, you can compete for the singles. And Explosivas starting to take control here. Interesting to see Sombra actually make use of the light tube Maria brought into the ring.
And maybe those two are really starting to figure things out as a unit, and Sombra kind of leading into some strategies that typically she would look down upon.
Now sometimes you just your mindset changes when you got big things, big aspirations. I don't think Sombra would ever bring anything into the ring, but if it's there, it looks like she's not afraid to use it. Of course, I'm saying that now. There's no telling how things will change as we go forward. I could end up eating those words.
It's very possible, but you never know. I mean, big super kick there from Sombra as well.
Into a sling blade, it looked like. Steve has been in this match for a hot minute at this point. That says Maria.
You're not seeing a ton of tags here in this one.
No, both sides seem to be mostly focusing in on what they think they need. I'm pretty sure Maria has tagged out once and then been tagged back in shortly after. And as far as I can tell, I don't remember seeing Eve tag out since being tagged in by Daya. Almost like she's been told to figure the match out. Daya isn't going to save her. Either that or maybe she told Daya to sit back and watch. And I don't know. I was going to say that does not look like that's been working out. She taps to the calf crusher, the same move that took Daya out of her title challenge just a year and some odd months back. All right, and now it's time for our second match. We do have a new main event confirmed after that back confrontation backstage between Aaron and Tony. They will be facing off tonight in our main event. But first, it is the return to SOW of the Red Dragon. We have not seen him since Victory Lane. And he is starting back up in a very hotly talked about matchup. It is going to be Ali versus one half of the SOW World Tag Team Champions. It's the God of Destiny, Judas Magnus.
This is a pay-per-view match, folks.
I mean,
a pay-per-view quality match right here on SOW Ignition for free.
Absolutely. And it's gonna be a good one. I can feel it already. These are warriors in the ring here.
And they know each other fairly well, too. This is far from their first encounter and far from their last.
A lot of history between both of these men. Both of them have been world champions multiple times, both in the tag and singles divisions. They've held that WWSL top prize a high at least once each. Obviously, Ali, we know, has held it 4 times, or 3 or 4 times, something along those lines. Judas, I believe, only has held that singles title once, but is one half of what is considered the best tag team in the world, especially in JPW and right now here in SOW, the Destined Saviors. And he's held those tag belts in JPW 4 times at least.
Which is no easy feat, mind you.
Oh, not at all. I mean, those titles don't change hands all that often. The current champs have held them for a few months, back since July, and before that, it was the, I believe, the Journeyman who had beaten the Destined Saviors in December of the previous year, which was 2024. So those titles since 2024 have only changed hands twice.
That's crazy.
Yeah, SOW since 2024, our tag titles have already changed hands, I believe, 4 times. Right? We went from the Crusade to Moment for Life to Death Row, from Death Row to Crusade. So only the Death Row had a pretty long run, for being honest.
Unfortunately.
And of course, the Crusade had a very long run as well. Still a well.
Everyone's wondered what went wrong.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could say it started with them losing the titles, but it feels like it might have started before that, just based on Lilith's clear knowledge of Byron well before they actually started walking out together.
5 minutes gone.
Ooh, dodge there. Slips behind, some back elbows from Nagadomi. And hits a soul butt. Oh my god, just stomps right on the head. Kick at the knee. And then a drop kick to the chin almost.
Yeah, that was incredible. But of course, Judas is just like, all right, let me just punch you square in the jaw as a receipt for that one.
Decked him. And then he sat down. Big boot. Then gets caught with a dragon screw. Wow. And then another one. Nagadomi starting these up. And here we are.
Okay.
Figure 4.
He's got one of the strongest figure 4s in the business right now. Don't be shocked if he can pull out a victory with it if he locks it in again later on.
That wouldn't be either. Nagadomi Ali, you can say almost any time in any match, oh, this guy doesn't tap out very often, or it's hard to make this guy tap out. But then when you got a wrestler of the caliber of Ali Nagadomi in the ring, those kinds of phrases just don't exist. It's
yeah, all that logic goes straight out the window.
Exactly. It's the same kind of thing like when you have a Ryan Richardson or a Meiji Kaito all in the ring. It doesn't matter. Oh, Dr. Bomb! Legs pinning the arms to the mat, but he still manages to get the shoulders up in time. That was a very close call for Ali. Could have been the end of the match if he hadn't managed to pull the strength to kick out there. Very strong pinning position from Judas.
Judas staying on the offensive here as Nagadomi gets back in the ring.
Very smart. And Nagadomi has to go for a rake at the face to try and temper this momentum Judas is building. Ali kicking at the knee. Judas just responding with chops to the chest. And even though Ali thought he had taken him down with the drop kicks to the knee, Judas gets back up and lands that German suplex. Wow, Ali getting a little desperate here. vertical suplex, goes straight for a cover after.
It feels almost early for being desperate, but I guess, these two we've talked about, these two know each other just so well.
Yeah, Ali maybe thought he saw an opportunity to end this early and didn't want to try and drag it out because he knows what happens when you start to drag things out against Judas Magnus. Double Snapdragons, picks him up. Oh, Demon Fang right to the chin, picks him back up, but Ali fights him off. That could have ended with either the Joa Mesho in or the Majin Ringo Kasatsu. And there's a big boot to the chin. Now he's got the leg locked up. Working the legs again from Ali's side. Really kicking at him. Oh, Manhattan drop.
Oh, man.
Right into a drop kick. Kips up. Ali is
He's
back.
feeling it.
I was going to say he's back on the offense, feeling good. Half crab. Locked in. Judas sends him to the corner. Oh my God! What a Demon Fang. The abdominal stretch. Once again, slowing the roll of Judas Magnus. And right back in. Whoa, another Snapdragon. Judas is looking to put the end on this one. Demon Fang. The Naganoni gets up.
Gonna counter that headlock.
Oh, here we go again.
You're immediately trying to keep all that momentum on his side. These two are just going back and forth. Now Judas, to wipe the sweat from his brow before the submission there, he said, Jesus Christ, you still got it, you bastard.
He's not slowed this down at all. There's no release of pressure in this match, no chance to rest. Both men, every single time one of them finishes, the other one's back up, coming on the offense. Demon Fang picks him up, sends him to the ropes. Demon Fang!
Oh!
He was looking for a finish, but Ali was trying to counter, get sent to the corner. Now he's being put up top. Off the top rope with a German suplex. Lines him up, points the gun, Demon Fang!
Oh!
He's not done, another one! And now Joha Mesho win for the cover. 1, 2, 3, no! Ali got the shoulder up!
How? Just all I can ask is how?
That's the Red Dragon for you. And Judas, frustrated but not surprised from the look on his face. He busted out one of his best sequences, and with the dragon kicked out, he went right back for the offense. He didn't take time looking around at the ref. He knew that there was more work to do. But Ali is now fighting back with everything he's got. He knows another big move like that will put him away. A double dragon screw, tearing at the legs, stomps it down. And Judas sends him to the other corner. Another massive Demon Fang. Those legs have to be hurting, but he's pumping at full power.
Oh my God.
It's a neck breaker, and now the money clip. He's trying to make Ali tap out. But Ali breaks the grip. Back into the corner. No way. Oh my God! Buckle bomb! Jesus Christ!
One of the most dangerous moves in modern professional wrestling.
And Ali was not getting right back up after that one. There's an Aoi Shodo. Oh, and a dangerous looking Uranagi. A hammerlock DDT. One of Nagadomi's most well-known signature moves. He's put a lot of people away in the past with that. But Judas kicks out, lands another Uranagi, goes for the cover. And Nagadomi kicks out as well. Ooh, kicks the legs out from under him. And he's going back to the ropes. This time it's the neck breaker. That hyper unique neck breaker of Nagadomi Ali.
These two getting into a strike exchange this late into a match this intense.
It's crazy.
Oh.
Oh, he's going for it again. Lined him up. He's calling for the end. But Nagadomi gets up. Trying to get behind him. Nagadomi with the counter. Back to the dragon screws. Got the legs. Dragon torture clasp. And it taps.
Wow.
All the leg work paid off. Nagadomi worked his way to a brilliant finish there. And it took a couple of well-timed counters. Judas almost had that in the bag. All right, and now it is time for the next match. That was a hell of a showing from Judas and Ali. I think that could have gone either way easily. The difference maker of that match was clearly that Ali came in with a well-defined plan and executed it a little faster than Judas could execute his. But right now, this is a matchup we've seen twice before here in SOW. Both times, Ayama came out on the losing end. It is Ayama Hanazono versus Kat Roberts.
So what do you think it's going to take for Ayama to finally shake this inability to beat Kat?
Focus, execution, and durability. Because my God, if you can't kick out of that DDT, you're done. And there's not many people that can do it. I mean, we've seen time and time again, even in her worst matchups, that DDT has been a killer.
That was true.
This thing always gets me good.
I mean, it is very good.
It's so unique.
It almost gives you like a sense of foreboding.
It really
kind of
does.
like a different Roberts that also used the DDT.
Yeah, you know, it does very much remind me of Snake Pit.
I'm sure she'd actually like to hear us say that, so.
Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly why she picked this thing. I'll be honest with you. This theme, by the way, called Nightmare City.
Which, funny enough, is what she's been for Ayama.
Absolutely, yeah. This is, for Ayama, this is a demon she needs to defeat. A monster in her closet. And she's starting out immediately locking up the arm, and Kat just says, none of that shit.
No, not doing that.
Don't you try to chain wrestle me, Missy. I'll choke you out. She's very much locking those headlocks in. There's a sleeper. Ayama keeping her hands on the ropes, not letting Kat hold any of those chokeholds on for very long. Chokeholds and neck locks. You know, I can't blame him.
Right.
It's just smart wrestling. Oh, good counter, but then, oh, very good counter from Ayama. Kat was looking to set up a Boston Crab, I think, and Ayama used the legs to catch the head and twisted her down. Oh, and then just got punched square in the goddamn jaw. Jesus.
Announcer Jenks coming in.
Now, Kat Roberts, we always talk about the power of a lot of the women on our roster. And Kat Roberts, not very big in terms of height. But those are some defined arms. She clearly hits the gym.
She's very built. Yeah. I mean, you can be like built without being just jacked.
Exactly. I think she is what most people would call cut.
Yes, I would agree with that. She's also what some people on the internet would describe as a muscle mommy. Not saying that I would, just saying some people. I've heard it online before.
Yeah, I'm sure. Very angry and screeching. Goes slaps to the face, goes for the cover only, gets a 1. Ayama not used to fighting strong women. There aren't very many of them down in JTW. Most of them are idols, as some would say. Not like literal idols, but it's an archetype of the Joshi wrestlers. An archetype that our very own Aiko fits very well. They're much more technicians than they are bruisers. There's not very many bruisers, brawlers, or powerhouses in a lot of those companies. Ooh, oh, good neck breaker there. Fainted the suplex and ended in a neck breaker instead.
And constantly going for those submission holds, just really trying to wear her down.
Yeah, no.
Early on.
Kat Roberts, very classic style wrestler. She's gonna work you.
Whether you like it or not.
Exactly. Oh, hammer lock on that suplex. Slams her right down with the arm locked up. It's going to deal some significant damage from DDT deployment. Oh, now it's Ayama locking in the headlock. Goes for another one, but he's up to the ropes. Oh, but Kat went for the punch, and Ayama had that scouted this time with the counter. High knee to the stomach. Oh, and then just smashes at the knee with that knee breaker.
Well, actually, able to get Kat out of the mat. That's impressive.
Yeah, got the bulldog choke on there for a moment.
We've seen that and some really good matches really abruptly in our time.
We have, yeah. And here at SOW, a couple of bulldog chokes have ended the match. Elbow to the back of the head, kick to the chest, another one, another one, another one, kick to the face. And there's the high knee Magnum Rush. Jesus Christ, that spinning back kick. I heard that clap around the arena. But Kat's not one to stay down and settle. She gets right back on the offensive. Goes for the cover, but a kick out from Ayama. Back and forth here is very good. at this stage of the match. And now raining down the 10 blows in the corner.
Oh, then goes for the back of the knee. I'm surprised I was able to get up from there. That hurt me.
Yeah, that did not look fun. There's the half crab Ayama has ended many matches with, though not quite at that measure. Usually she goes a lot deeper with those half crabs. Oh my God, what a dragon suplex. Put a twist on it. Going band for band right now. Oh, ducks the punch and spinning back kick.
Jesus.
Goes for the cover. Could that be the kill? It is.
It is.
That kick fucking took the wind out of my sails. So I can't be shocked that Kat was taken out by it. Jeez.
Now she's exercised that demon. Finally.
So it looks like officially Downforce's women's national title match has changed, and it will be instead an open challenge from Nephthys to anyone in the back. You know, it would be very funny of Loath to do. Piss her off by answering the open challenge.
I mean, that will be pretty incredible if you ask me.
Refuse the direct challenge and then go, oh, I'll show up anyways. Why not?
That's the thing about open challenges. You know, if you don't want flies in your house, don't open the door. But you know, that's kind of leaving the door wide open.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, there's no telling who Nephthys will defend against. You know, there's only two people I can say for pretty much certain will not accept that challenge, and those are Aiko and Hikari, who are set to face off for the Women's World Championship. It'll be Hikari challenging the champion, still Aiko, at Winter Drift. That is about 2.5-ish weeks away.
Also, just a prediction here. I don't think Bia is going to be answering that challenge either. She has quite literally not given a damn about that belt since it was created.
No, I would imagine very likely not. But, you know, there's just no guarantees for her. She's not in a upcoming title match for the world title currently. It's just not likely. There's a few others I can say are not likely to answer the challenge, like Diet Pete, for example, or Lilith, who could have had that title match if she really wanted to. Also imagine Sombra not likely to go for it.
No, she seems very enthralled with the tag division, which now we're going to see the men's side of for a little bit here.
But not just that, she also made it to near the top of the Grand Prix. She was one of the semi-finalists. That's a big confidence boost towards the world title division. I imagine that would be her aim for singles.
True. Good point.
Here we go with Steve going for an early cover. It's interesting to see Disruption come out as Steve Levy and Nathan Fisk rather than Kerry Correa. But Kerry was a little busy today.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little weird, but I don't hate the idea. You know, we haven't really seen Steve wrestle that much lately.
No, it's been rough when you've got the women's division taking up all the singles match slots. It's the same way for the women when the Grand Prix for the men is going on. Harder to get harder to get on shows for them too. Speaking of the men's Grand Prix, I wonder who all will. I mean, this is a long ways away. We'd be predicting way too early. But who do you expect to see in the Grand Prix for the men this year?
I mean, I really think of, who I'd like to see in it versus who I think will be in it. Might not necessarily line up. I would like to see Aaron enter it, of course. I could see Caster trying to make another run at it. Unfortunately, I think Hermes will enter it. I don't think he's barred from it, is he?
Oh, well, he's the national champion, so right now he is.
Oh, darn. I hate that for him. Nagadomi, I kind of want to see Judas in it now.
Well, I mean,
see that.
I'd agree with that.
See that kind of get run back. There's a lot of... What I really kind of want to see more than anything else would be kind of like a dark horse surprise winner. Like, what if someone that we don't expect to do well enters and like goes on a crazy run and wins the whole thing? That's the kind of thing I'd really like to see.
Oh, so Ignition, or no, it was High Gear winner, FTL. Would be awesome.
I mean, I don't know if FTL specifically.
He's not even good right now. He's a nice running man.
If he were to return, I can't say I'd be thrilled, but. So I think someone like Damian Oxley also kind of would be going on a redemption run of sorts.
Yeah, he was one of the few no wins last year, which was very rough for him.
I mean, I think it did a lot to his psyche, and now, whether better or for worse, we'll see what aligning with Caster will do for him long term.
Him and his stable mates, or I guess they're still stable mates, Osaya and Aussie. For me, the person I want to see in the tournament more than anybody else, this is going to sound a bit weird, because I really do not expect him to win it whatsoever. I want to see Taichi Kazama. I want to see more of what he's got, because his runs against Alexei early this year have been excellent, and I'd love to see him progress well enough to make it into the Grand Prix and then fight his way through it, whether he gets a single win or not.
You know what? That's fair. Yeah, I'll give that to you.
And then obviously I would like to see, Ryan started the tradition, and it's been continuing, but it's not necessarily a rule or anything. I mean, Bia refused. I would like to see Byron continue the tradition as champion entering the Grand Prix. Obviously, our first Grand Prix, there was no crowned champion. So the champion would by default have been in the tournament. Then Bia opted out. But Ryan and Aiko both have been in the tournament while being champions, so it would be nice to see that become a regular tradition. Something, however, tells me that may not end up happening.
I think I'd be more surprised if it does. I mean, just feels like Byron's content with waiting for challengers to come to him. He's not going to go seek out opponents and wrestle unnecessarily in a tournament with the Grand Prix.
No, yeah, that seemed more like what he was doing when he had the national title. Now that he has the world title, his attitude is shifted to, I am champion, come after me. As for other members of the Paradise, I would like to not see Death Panther in the tournament. I
kind of don't want to see him in general. Like, at all.
Ever?
Beggars can't be choosers and all that, but
yeah. Last year we did have an outsider in the tournament. What outsider would you like to see this year?
That's a great. That's a tough one. Because I mean, no offense to our friends over at JPW, but um, we have a lot of what was considered their top talent. I can tell you. You know what? I'll tell you this. I'll tell you what outsider I don't want to see. Avery Edwards.
That's fair. I don't think any of us want to see him. You know he's signed to JPW now. He signed a proper contract. He left ROW finally and is now in JPW. They also signed James Hartwell.
You know, all the best to our friends over there, but I don't know about those signings. I don't know.
We also have here, optionally, ACLL's partnership has started. There's a few names in ACL that are interesting, but one that you may not have seen much of that I got to see a lot of when I was watching the Global Junior Scramble, Soul Tiger would be fun as hell to see in the Grand Prix. Not many Inigo would be fun as hell to see in the Grand Prix.
But he's my favorite luchador.
Yeah, he's, you know, sure. And then somebody I know you would absolutely love to see, who is still from JPW but does work over in ACLL as well, Toshio Nagi. He is Yeah, I was going to remind you, but it seems like you do remember him already.
Yep. No, I would absolutely take that. That'd be great.
Yeah, you'd be happy because you get to hear Kickstart My Heart every single show.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he'd be my pick to win the thing. I'd be like, wow, an outsider's going to win this year. And I'm not going to be mad because we get this thing, Kickstart My Heart.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting if we can see him in that tournament. We can make bids, of course, but unfortunately that'll be up to the board and the general manager, as well as our head of booking, Carrie Alice.
Also, we've been talking about so much of the Grand Prix during this match. Just want to point out that surprisingly, someone just went through a light tube, and I don't see any blood. I'm impressed.
Yeah, you know, it might have just shattered into too many.
There's actually, the glass shards are just so little that they don't do anything.
Yeah, it's too much glass. Like, too many small pieces. They just rolled around the skin, couldn't penetrate. Now, a big glass pane would not have that problem. We don't see those anymore, though. They stopped putting them under the ring. For good reason. Diakite wouldn't stop pulling them out.
I was gonna say Diakite was like go-to weapon. I wouldn't be shocked if she was the main ones putting them under there in the first place, sneaking them in, where production couldn't see.
Yeah, I think they got sick of cleaning up those, not only the glass panes themselves, but the copious amounts of blood that were coming through.
It was pretty bad.
I mean, her very first match, she nearly killed a woman, and then her very next match, she nearly killed another woman. It was an emphatic debut for Taiki. Trent Taylor is really fighting against fellow masked at this point competitor Steve Levy. But Steve counters sharpshooter.
Oh!
However, the rope's too close. And now he tags out to Nathan. This match has been ongoing for a hot minute. And these teams,
20-minute call?
Yes, it was. These teams have been fighting. It's been it's definitely been a back and forth affair. Nothing too crazy has happened, which is a surprise for Death Row. Usually I'd expect them to have done something ridiculous within 20 minutes. But one light tube is kind of tame for this team.
Is that something resembling respect for disruption?
Maybe. Though, you know, that might go out the window and bring a man down and start punching the top of his goddamn head over and over and over again.
Yeah, that would stop that pretty quick.
picked him up just to kick his legs out. And now, with the ankle lock, the ropes were too close. Clint tried to...
shot.
Yeah, he was trying to get the jump on Nathan, but Nathan was able to counter that pretty quick. Legal man, now Steve Levy for the disruption again. Stomps on the head of Steve Levy. After I saw him do the cut point, I was expecting him to go for another curb stomp, but instead he just started slamming his head into the mat. Maybe he was actually trying to kill him, but not just doing a motion. Those mats aren't soft enough. There's wooden planks under there.
Yeah, it does not feel good.
They might be able to take a little bit of bending, but they aren't going to bend that much for your skull being slammed right into them. Well, Trent Taylor's partner taken out of the equation, can't tag out now. Clint is just now back up and still dizzy. Goes for the cover. It gets broken up before you can even do anything with it. Now Trent Taylor fighting off both Steve Levy and Nathan Fisk. He's actually been in the ring for a hot minute at this point. But he's looking good. I mean, he's been doing a great job of maintaining the advantage. Decapitator with the twist. That could do it if it wasn't for the fact that Nathan still had a cut play left where Clint did not. That absolutely could have been the match. And Clint now calling for the tag, recognizing that their team is in danger. But Trent doesn't tag. Tried to fake him out, but Steve wasn't falling for it, so he finished the punch, and then Steve came back with a huge combination. Multiple lariats into a body slam. But Trent's still not tagging out.
We've seen this not tagging out strategy not play out particularly well so far tonight.
Well, but we know at the same time that Death Row are former tag champions. Maybe for Trent, this is just not, he just doesn't need the help. Jesus. Curb stomp into the cover and he does get it. I mean, that's got to be a statement win for Trent Taylor.
You don't have to like it, but you have to respect it.
It is main event time. Tony Lee specifically called Aaron to the ring. He said he was going to help Ray with his problem as long as Ray helped him with the Manny Inigo problem. And I guess in Tony's mind, challenging Aaron to a match is the start of helping Ray.
And I just want to say, and this could just be just my opinion, you can tell me if you disagree, but I feel like the disdain between Ray and Aaron has just escalated more on Ray's side. Aaron was more annoyed with, the result of the national title match, but he seemed pretty content with moving on until Ray came back and started running his mouth.
I mean, when a guy gives you a concussion that puts you out for like 4 weeks, I think that you have the right to be a little pissed off. Especially when they were coming at you sideways over you not winning a match just because you pinned them. I'm going to be honest with you. I know you like Aaron and all. I like Aaron too. I think he was a little bit in the wrong on that front with Ray to begin with. That said, it's understandable given how irritated he's been with Hermes, and Hermes is bullshit. He just happened to take it out on the wrong guy at that time. Hermes was untouchable, not around.
I just don't think he was intentionally trying to hurt Ray, which is just how Ray, not something you have, but that's how Ray has seemingly interpreted this situation.
Oh, definitely not. Yeah, I mean, you know, wrestling gets you heated, things happen, and if you're stuck at home, you can only stew about it. You can't really move on very easily. There's nothing to move on from, no conversations to really be had. I'm sure for Ray, he would have liked to just get in the ring with Aaron and hash it out properly. But that seems to no longer be an option here, as we now have this match happening. This is now a multi-way problem. Manny interrupted Aaron's call, or not Aaron, sorry, El Rey's attempt to call Aaron out last week. And that led Tony to side up with with Ray against Aaron, and technically Manny, though it's not like Aaron and Manny are on the same side in any way. It just happens to be both Ray and Tony have a problem with Manny. Or I guess I should say, Tony has a problem with Manny, Manny has a problem with Ray, Ray has a problem with Aaron, and so Tony has a problem with Aaron, or I guess now Aaron has a problem with Tony. Complicated.
It's gotten complicated very freaking quick.
Literally. One thing Aaron's going to have to be very careful of are those elbows. Tony Lee has proven to us multiple times that those elbow pads are not for him. They're not for his safety. They're for the opponents. He has knocked so many people out with those elbow strikes.
We have to remember, this is not the first time these two have actually faced each other in singles action, or in action in general. I actually don't remember if it had a singles.
It was a singles match, yeah.
It was singles, okay, where Aaron did defend the, at the time, Ignition Championship successfully against Tony.
Yeah, it was against Tony and Atomico. One right after the other.
Yeah. Gauntlet style, which it's match type most champions tend to avoid, but Aaron's not most champions.
No. I have something I could have added, and I'm going to hold my tongue because it's a little rude.
Well, now you have to say it.
Oh, well, I was going to say, well, you say Aaron's not like most champions, then I was going to say, well, and he's not really a champion at all then.
Oh, wow. That's out. You, sir.
That's why I said I was going to hold my tongue, but it made me say it. You know, it came to my mind, and I was like, no, that's a little mean. That's unfair. It's not his fault currently. I mean, he had a great run and all. But, you know, I mean, it is true.
Ahead with that technicality stuff. Let's just hope he doesn't listen to this part of the episode back.
I got to go home, and he comes chasing me down. I'm going to head home.
Are you gonna head home? Gonna catch the first red-eye flight out of here, out of Illinois?
Yeah, I'm gonna head back to good old Joyce.
I would say escape the cold weather, but you won't because it's everywhere. But even Florida's getting hit with some Arctic air.
Yeah, we got Jersey. From what I saw, got about 6 inches, 7 maybe.
Some would say that's too much.
Yeah, but we're in Jersey. It's like, it's just Tuesday. It was predicted to be a foot, but it did not happen to that.
We're supposed to get 2 feet down in my section of the woods, and we got half an inch of ice instead.
Oh, that's worse. It's a lot.
Yeah,
worse,
I was like, wow. Okay.
You know, 2 feet of snow is annoying and shuts everything down for a little while until the roads are cleared. But half an inch of ice is just like, oh, cool, we're gonna die today.
Give up.
You ready to go walk half a step off of your front porch and fall?
Yeah, it wasn't fun, but you know we were able to get everyone safely to Illinois for this show, and it's been a pretty great episode of Ignition.
So far, I mean, there's been some great shit on tonight. But obviously, up till this point, match of the night goes to that second match, Ali versus Judas. I mean, that was just incredible. Those two were working.
Respectfully saying it's anything else, I just have to say it's factually incorrect. That's one of the best TV matches we'll have all year. No offense to the guys in the ring right now who are more than capable of putting on some incredible stuff, but any other week that match probably gets the main event slot. Let me just word it like that.
I would say that match is a main event worthy for most pay-per-views if we weren't so strict about the titles. Not that I don't think we should be strict about the titles. We absolutely should. It's, unless somebody's fucking retiring, our world title should be main event in most of our shows. If anybody disagrees with that, they're wrong. Tony sets up Aaron in the center. What's he going for? Oh, it's the face buster.
God.
Comes off with a sliding elbow to the back of the head. Goes for the jackknife cover. Really trying to force the victory, but can't get it. Aaron able to kick out. Oklahoma Stampede picks him back up. And now Aaron's on the return. Tries to go for the GTS, but can't get it. That's one thing that has changed a lot for Aaron lately. He was having great success early on, but everybody started to scout all of his big moves. And it's forced him to change up his game plans a lot to get victories nowadays.
The downside of wrestling all those Ignition Championship matches, there is a ton of tape.
Absolutely. The GTS might be the most well-scouted move in SOW now. Every time he goes for it, there's like a counter.
Yep.
Also, cameraman, can you please, cameraman, help? Okay, well, they're back in the ring, so you know what? Fine. Would have liked to switch to one of our other cameras so we could at least see a little bit better on the action on the outside, but sometimes the cameraman, whoever's operating them, has issues, I guess. Maybe a little distracted. Gonna have a talk with that person after this. Right now, Tony with a DDT, Jesus! Oh, here we go!
Oh!
No!
Oh, what a counter! Incredible counter to the GTS.
Yeah, it was lined up perfectly, but Tony pushed him back, landing on his feet, completely blocked it, and took all of the momentum for himself. Aaron's in danger. Tony off the ropes. DDT again. Oh, but Aaron's up first. Sends Tony to the corner. And hits the moonsault. Tony kick out at 2. Oh, the hammer lock into the lariat, the Pepsi twist.
Pulls him away from the ropes smartly, but
Tony was able to get up before a pin could happen.
oh!
Super kick. And again.
Another.
Sends him into the corner. Huge lariat goes up top. Comes down with the full, spinning leg drop. I don't even know what to call that. Goes for the cover, but can't get the 3 still. Tony kicks out. Oh, here we go again.
Oh.
GTS, no! Catches the leg! Rolling elbow! Goes for the cover. 1, 2. Holy shit! Countered the GTS into a backslide feint rolling elbow and got the 3.
I'm speechless, man.
That's gonna have some ramifications there, I'm sure. What a match.
Tony wasn't on Aaron's radar.
However, for now, we are out of time, so let's go ahead and wrap this show up. It has been a great episode of Ignition here in Illinois, but we have to go. So, as always, I am your lead analyst, Penalty, here with my commentating partner. We're going to be signing off. See you guys next week for Ignition 79.